You mentioned that Bob Gibbs was on all these committees that are deregulating. And we've watched kind of silently, you know, there's so much chaos with this presidency and this current Congress that there's a lot of things that are happening that we don't pay attention to. But one of the things that's happening is that we have a lot of regulations that are there to protect us in the banking industry, consumer products, engineering, construction, building, transportation, and in all of that, all of those areas, this Congress and this administration are systematically rolling back protections, things that protect us. And then we're aghast when a bridge falls in Miami, and how many people are under that bridge today? They're still pulling them out. Several Amtrak trains have crashed, knowing that there was technology that could have prevented that. And our government, I understand that we don't want to have regulations that strangle business, but when regulations are there to protect us, when they're rolling back protections. So how do we, if we get a new Congress, more congressmen like you, how do we get back to a point where we have our government functioning in a way that protects us from excess things happening in our culture that are destroying us simply because of greed?
Thanks, BZ. The question was about deregulation, and I'm gonna riff a little, and what feels like an all-out assault on some of the fabric of our society, the things that have evolved over generations to protect us. And for me, one of the scariest things about the chaos in this administration and the distracting tweets and all of this stuff is what we're not hearing about, is the things that are sliding by because we're focusing on things that are surely important, but when they're pulling the rug out from under us by saying, look over here, it worries me a lot about what we're not noticing. I have had a great number of conversations with the rail transportation union about attempts to deregulate, and there's probably a better word for it. I would say just remove all of the safety provisions governing how trains move around. And they're talking about making it so a single engineer without a conductor is responsible for a 1.5 mile long train. The union guys are like, we need at least 2 people to be able to know what's going on from the back of the train to the front of the train. You can imagine that path through downtown Cleveland, a 1 mile long train doing that with 1 conductor up front, not able to see the crossings or not even able to see the back of his or her own train because of how many turns. Just doesn't make sense. But I'll go back to what I said earlier. Follow the money if you want to know why these things are being proposed. Thanks, BZ.
Yes.